Okay, so today, to start off with, we went down and got tickets for a riverboat cruise that happens in about an hour. So in the meantime, we're going to go through the ACMI, which is the Australian, what's it stand for? Australian Cinema?
Cinema something.
I don't know, something to do with movies. Anyway, so that's where we're going right now. Cinema Museum, that's it, okay. Hello.
You pick up one of the 3 little brushes?
Yeah, we got one. Yeah, they're the same one that's upstairs in the back. That's right there.
Okay. You just do an idea of the layout.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Enjoy.
What's that? The oscilloscope?
Just shows you the thing rotating. Mechanical television based on
Laserdisc.
Yeah, see, the camera is pointing at the block, right?
Yeah.
And what it's doing is it's sending it through the air, and it gives you the lines of the television. So you look through there.
Oh, I see. This is an homage to Dame Edna. I don't know how many of you know who Dame Edna is, but she's a character, Australian character, very famous worldwide, comedian. Has had numerous television shows out of Australia and Britain, I think.
Oh, this dress is Kylie Minogue.
Is what?
Kylie Minogue.
Oh, Kylie Minogue.
That one's Dame Edna.
Oh, that's Dame Edna's dress. Okay, screen dress. And she's always famous for her gladiolas that she throws out to the audience. And we're about to start the river cruise. Walter looking excited.
Talk about on the way back. Does anyone like the sport rowing?
Yeah, sure.
What do you like about it?
Other people do it.
Yeah? No, that's fair enough. Is there a good reason why people don't like it though? Because the majority wins here. I tell you what I love about it, they travel in a direction they're not watching. So especially when all of this is happening around here, it can be quite frustrating. But Melbourne is actually renowned for having a long-standing history of rowing. Melbourne is responsible for the Awesome Foursome, which are the 4 athletes that won consecutive gold medals between Barcelona in 1992, Atlanta in 1996 and Sydney 2000. They came from here. And how do you make Olympic rowers on the Yarra River, you may ask? Well, we motivate them. They do very well on their own accord. And it looks like an Olympic button of some sort is being marched around here. Can you see that over there? There's a lady holding something in her hand as she jogs away. Now, one of the biggest rowing regattas in the world is known as the Henley on the Thames. Does anyone know this one?
Yes.
Okay, for those that do. Here in Melbourne, we have a replica event called the Henley on the Yarra. Being a British colony, they didn't put too much thought into a really decent name change. And up ahead on the right, we have one of the the only judges' box here in Melbourne for the finishing line for all the rowing races held here. This was built to commemorate the oarsmen who served for Australia in World War I. From this point to the next bend in the river is exactly 1 nautical mile, or the final stretch of any rowing race. A lot of private schools do have their rowing sheds on the banks of the Yarra, as you may have already noticed.
How'd you like the boat cruise?
It was okay, but it wasn't really
It was
that great.
boring. It really didn't.
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
No. No, what was it? 25 a piece it cost?
Yeah,
us? Yeah, it was no thrill. So we're going to take a walk down the other end of the. Is this the north or south bank?
It's called South Bank.
South bank. You've seen videos before where we went up one way on it. Now we're going to go down the other way, and there's a botanical garden. Maybe take a wander around there. We're having lunch right now at a Greek restaurant down here. Fairly pricey place, but they're all pricey down here. And then tonight we meet up with the person that we met up with on a. What was it? Is that Europe?
That was the European crew. Their European tour.
Well, how many years ago was that?
That was 1992, I think.
1992, when we did that? I don't know, Walter remembers this person. I do not at all. But anyways, she lives here in Melbourne, so her and her husband are meeting up with us tonight at a restaurant near our hotel for drinks anyways, probably dinner, I guess. Today's going to be a fattening day. Because we've been averaging like about one major meal a day, and that's at lunch, and then at night we've just been eating something really light. Sometimes not really eating at all, we're still been stuffed. Actually, I think I've lost some weight. Yeah, which isn't too bad an idea. But anyways, we'll see.
Pork is that way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so I got a pork gyro, and Walter got a chicken gyro.
It wasn't exactly
See how
that.
this? Okay, so this is the south bank, looking at the north bank. See, we're staying over on that side. We just had lunch on this side, down along here. So we can keep going down there?
Yeah.
You think so? Okay, so we're on our way to the botanical garden. So this is where we are right now, Alexander Gardens. I guess they're a botanical garden of sorts. And we might get rained on, we might not. Well, we will see. Okay, according to Walter, this is not the botanical gardens. This leads to the botanical gardens. This is Alexander Park,
Yeah.
said, so. But look, there's botanicals. There's a flower. There's flowers. There's trees. It's a park.
Lots of parks in Melbourne.
That's for sure. Lots and lots of parks. All integrated into the city, too, as well. Yeah, our country could take a lesson from this. Especially Toronto. Don't come to Toronto for the greenery. You won't see any. Well, right now there's no greenery, but Look, a box of wine. A natural item. It grows here. Naturally. It's amazing what you'll find in the park. Look in the bushes a little further. Who knows what you might find. Don't see any possums. Of course, they only come out at night. And you're not allowed to feed them. I think possums can become somewhat vicious as well. Okay, so there's all these kind of birds around here. This one's a friendly one. He doesn't seem to be too worried about me. We're now in the Royal Botanical Gardens, and here's some of the flora. Little cacti, succulents. And of course it's uphill. More cacti. Very green, except for that one. Some kind of pavilion thing over here. And have you figured out where we're going now? I don't know where we're going. No idea. Okay, we'll go that way. We don't know what that is over there. Could be the visitor center. I don't know. There's a map down here. See what the map says. Very lush. So here's a map. And you are here. Okay. Well, this doesn't help me much. Garden houses. All right. I have no idea where we are from that. Rose Pavilion. Okay, we must be.
Here's more signs going on.
Okay, maybe they'll be more helpful. Here's a little better view of what this is, and this is supposedly, I think you can go up there and you get guided tours if you want a guided tour of the gardens. Pretty little place. And now we're at something called the National Herbarium. Herbarium. I don't know if you can go in there or what the story is. It's over here, I think. And this is what it is. You can't, I don't know if I can. No. They're just keeping...
Keep their seeds.
And this is the visitor center right around here. Now, about 14 months ago, we were here. That was our first time to Australia, and we got off the cruise ship for about 3 hours, and this is one of the places they took us, and this is their war memorial, the Shrine of Remembrance. So if you've seen some of my older videos, you have seen this before, but we're here again, so you can take another shot, and of course, it has a great view of the city from up on top, but I'm too tired to go up there today, and been there before, so not going to do it again. But we have a different perspective of where we were last time here, now that we came up through the botanical gardens and that. And of course, with our whole week here in Melbourne and exploring it on foot, we kind of have a better sense of what the city's all about and where this is actually situated in the city. And it is quite impressive, this building. As we make our way back to the hotel, we'll come down from the War Memorial Shrine and along this path system or park system they have here. And of course they have fountains and statues and all kinds of things. So it's all right in the center of the city. Make it look very nice. And if you don't believe me, well, it's just a floral clock with packaging on it?
No.
Oh, what?
Some woman sitting in front.
Oh, yeah, well, there always is. Yeah, right. Yeah, very pretty. And just another view of the city. Okay, so we're standing down here at a place where we're supposed to be meeting Joanne. And of course, makes a lot of sense. Neither one of them seem to be very clear as to which end of this large entertainment complex we should be standing at. So Walter is texting her now to see where we're supposed to meet up. Yeah. Well coordinated. Not.
Is that what?